Christina Hodson is writing Flashpoint? Why? It's almost like everybody in Hollywood fails upwards. Hey guys, Gable Pennyshot here, back with another news article about the DCEU. I think this was actually from a day or two ago, but it's actually something that's interesting to talk about. And the rumor is that Michael Keaton will be the new Batman in the DCEU after the Flashpoint event, which is interesting. I don't know. It's like a weird thing to talk about because, well, you still have Ben Affleck. Well, I guess not anymore, right? And we still never really got a proper Ben Affleck Batman movie. So it seems like a little bit of shade being thrown towards Ben Affleck. But let's go ahead and get into it. This is from Bounding Into Comics. Rumor, will Michael Keaton be the DCEU's resident Batman after The Flash? I don't know. Usually when you read an article that has a question mark in it, it's always a no. But who knows? This is, I think Grace Randolph is reporting. This is from her sources. So obviously, whether or not you're a Grace Randolph fan or not, take it with a grain of salt. With the news that we'll see Michael Keaton don Batman's cape and cowl for the first time in 30 years, conflicting reports have led to some fans questioning whether the actor will remain in the role of Bruce Wayne beyond his appearance, The Flash. A scooper, Grace Randolph of Beyond the Trailer, running with what her sources had told her, first reported that the movie's Flashpoint storyline will see Keaton replace Ben Affleck as the DCEU's Batman going forward. Michael Keaton, I mean, I could see him playing like an older Batman, right? So like a Batman Beyond style Batman, which I think is kind of what we're getting into here. But yeah, let's keep going. According to Randolph, Keaton's Batman will serve as a mentor figure to Barbara Gordon. Wait, what? Barbara? Who will in turn serve as the infield DCEU Batperson. Okay. That will put him in a similar position to the Marvel Cinematic Universe's Nick Fury, a role which has everyone looking towards the possibility of a live-action Batman Beyond adaptation, which had previously been rumored to be on the table. So is the Batman Beyond adaptation different, or is Barbara Gordon going to be the Batman Beyond character? So here's the Grace Randolph treat. As I reported to you before, Michael Keaton is going to be the Batman of the DCEU after Flashpoint. But as of now, he'll be training Barbara Gordon, and Batgirl will be the infield DCU Batperson. Wow, the article and the tweet are basically the same thing. All right. Randolph also hinted that this change in focus from Bruce to Barbara was one of the reasons DC film head Walter Hamada believed Batgirl to be a risky property, noting that the film would deviate from its original source material, much the same way Birds of Prey did, thanks to the involvement of writer Christina Hodson. A lot to unwrap here. Walter Hamada saying that Batgirl is a risky property. Yeah, I mean, I kind of agree with them. I agree with him. I don't think this is kind of the proper way to go. And obviously deviating from any original source material hasn't worked in the past. Why do we continue doing that? Be somewhat faithful to the source material, right? That's kind of what fans want. Placate the fans first. Why deviate in the first place? It doesn't make any sense. They say, like in the article, Birds of Prey did deviate from the source material. Yeah, and it was bad. And writer Christina Hodson, I don't understand how she still has a job. Christina Hodson is writing Flashpoint, which brings back Keaton and Batgirl, wrote Randolph. Plus, she wrote Birds of Prey, and this is totally in the same vein, rechanging the source material. All right, for those who don't know, Christina Hodson, I don't know how she continues to have a job. Her filmography isn't very big anyways. If I had to guess, if you look at the actual filmography, 2018 she did write the Bumblebee movie, which I did enjoy, but I believe that is actually an outlier. I think Bumblebee was good not because of the screenplay, but because of the director Travis Knight, who's had some good films in the past, especially in the animation area. So this kind of film is right up his alley. Also, the star of Bumblebee knocked it out of the park. I forgot her name. She's playing Kate Bishop. Haley Steinfeld, is that her name? Haley Steinfeld, yeah. Over here, Haley Steinfeld. She knocked it out of the park too. So I think that has more to do with Bumblebee being a good film than than the writer. Because if we look at the other movies, so here is Shut In. This is the first movie done by Christina Hodson. Received negative reviews from critics. Okay. I mean, the first films, they're never that good, right? I mean, that's just kind of how it works. Well, here's her second film, Unforgettable. Let's see. Received mostly negative reviews. Okay. All right. Let's see what else did she do. And then Bumblebee. And then Birds of Prey. All right. Let's go to Birds of Prey. The film received mostly positive reviews from critics for its visual style, Yan's direction, and Robbie's performance, but criticism towards Hodson's screenplay. Oh, man, there tends to be something that keeps reoccurring here. I don't think she's very good. I just don't see it. I don't understand how she keeps getting these high-profile gigs over and over again. Whoever is at DC and is trying to build an empire out of this DCEU, why do you continue to make these films using substandard talent? It doesn't make sense, guys. Listen, pay some money, get somebody who's a good screenwriter to actually adapt this stuff. I mean, I just don't understand. It's the same people messing up over and over again. Why do they continue to get employed at the DC, in the DCEU world? It just doesn't make sense. Please cut them. Like, I don't know. I mean, are they relatives to you? What's going on? Like, I don't understand. She has not made that good of a movie. Why is she writing some of the biggest movies coming out now? Nepotism? Female empowerment? I just don't understand. All right, let's go back to the article. Randolph also noted that DC film head Walter Hamada's belief that Batgirl is a risky property and the way a film featuring Barbara would deviate from the source material that the way Birds of Prey did, especially with Christina Hodson writing the script. Now that's awesome. So he's basically saying, well, yeah, it's risky because Christina Hodson is on it. Maybe Walter Hamada is awesome. Maybe you need to take her off, Walter. Just take her off. Just take her. Stop. Hire somebody else to rewrite the script. However, the story surrounding Keaton's return doesn't end there. In a series of Instagram slideshow, film industry, and superhero-centric podcast Lightcast, countered Randolph's reporting, asserting that Keaton is not replacing any Batman as the primary Batman, as Affleck will also be Batman in the Flash film as well, and even gave part in helping develop the script, and will be seen on HBO Max. Well, I mean, obviously in order to have a Flashpoint, you do need both Batmans, right? So you can sort of see how maybe both of them, how it could both be true. Who knows? Maybe Grace Randolph is just talking shit. She is known to do that. It should be noted that Lightcast didn't specify whether this assertion was in reference to Affleck's upcoming appearance in the Snyder Cut or his proposed spin-off miniseries. So they don't even know. Man, whatever counts for news nowadays is crazy. Lightcast further notes that Robert Pattinson's incarnation in the Batman will be a standalone version of the Dark Knight, something we've known for a while, who solely exists in his world of Earth 2. Yeah, DC is doing this kind of weird thing where they try to have one Earth, and then their side stories, like, the Joker, very popular film, is technically in a different universe. So I don't know if that causes confusion with general audiences or what's going on. And they're like, hey, wait a minute, why is this Joker Jared Leto now? Why isn't it Joaquin Phoenix? What's going on? This is the beginning of the multiverse concept, stated Lightcast. One is not replacing the other. I just think DC never builds anything the correct way. I don't think this is the proper way to build a multiverse, because your original verse is not well defined. Just look at any of the other films. I mean, the Doomsday, like with Doomsday and Superman fighting in, oh God, what was that? Batman versus Superman? I didn't think they established Superman as, this person that everybody loves. It kind of like lessens the effect when in the second movie Doomsday comes out and kills everybody. I don't know, it seems like the pacing of these movies is all off. In a rebuke of the numerous sites who announced in the affirmative that Keaton would outright replace Affleck, Lightcase declared that false headlines and reporting were very telling today when attempting to gaslight and lie to readers with misinterpreted information that was never present in the original New York Times article. The original article never spoke about who were the two Batmans to get film franchises, like Cass explained, and Brooks' response to a Twitter user's question was just Keaton that sent the internet blogs to speculate and make up their own confirmations, which we'll soon see is not accurate. Ooh, Lightcast is putting Grace Randolph on point. I wonder who's going to win. They showed how Brooke Barnes, writer of the New York Times piece on Walter Hamada that started all this, cleared up comments he made about Keaton playing Batman. First, asked on Twitter by journalist and film critic Nestor Bantacore if he was referring to Bat franchises running simultaneously or Keaton being part of something not centered on the Dark Knight, Barnes simply responded, Keaton. Here's a tweet from Nestor Cine. Hi, Brooks Barnes, New York Times. Based on your Hamada piece, some have interpreted that WB is doing 2 franchises starring Batman. One with Pattinson, one with a new actor. Is that correct? Or were you referring to Keaton as a second Batman, being part of a non-Batman-centric saga? Thank you. A wave of stories hit the web based on that one tweet, and it wasn't until Monday that Barnes corrected the record. He tweeted he was referring to one film, The Flash. Keaton is in and would have put more info in his article if he had it. So here's a tweet by Brooke Barnes. Been offline moving apartments and returning to see the Michael Keaton craziness. I was referring to the one film that Keaton had been announced as being in, not a set of his own Batman films. If I had info on him beyond The Flash, I would have obviously put it in my article. Putting a bow on the coverage and taking a victory lap, Lightcast wrote in the final slide of their second post, let this be a lesson to every reader and follower of a certain website, blog, or trade. Do your own rhetorical analysis of what you are reading. Context is very important. Always ask the what, when, why, who, and how. And understand the ethos, pathos, logos, and kairos of who is posting information. Oh, damn. Now, it would be hilarious if Grace Randolph was correct. It would be hilarious. And I am chaotic neutral. So I would love for Grace Randolph to be correct. So from that, it's more than likely Affleck is not being replaced, although we can't say for sure whether either Kate Crusader will have a future past their respective appearances in The Flash. WB may be taking the wait-and-see approach there, as they appear to be with Batgirl and numerous other DC spinoffs. It's the same approach they are taking towards the Snyder Cut, as they're reportedly waiting to be moved forward on various projects based on the film being considered a success by the right metrics. The media kind of attacking each other. Grace Randolph is, kind of clickbaity, but she has been right on several occasions, but she's also been wrong. So it really just depends on whose sources are more accurate. Also, in Hollywood, things change all the time, right? They could be doing one thing and then they just totally do a 180, and go the opposite direction. The DCEU has done that on multiple occasions. So maybe at some point Grace is correct. Maybe at some point Lightcast was correct. Maybe the real truth is somewhere in between. But guys, that's what media is nowadays. I know what I would love to see. I want to see Ben Affleck still as Batman. But also, let's make a Batman Beyond film. Just take Ben Affleck and age him up a little bit. Just gray him up. Give him some wrinkles. Make him look older. And then let's continue with a Batman Beyond film franchise. That's what I want. As for Batgirl, let's just keep her as a side character in one of the movies. Alright guys, let me know what you think. Do you prefer Ben Affleck? Do you prefer Michael Keaton? Do you care? Do you want Batgirl? I don't know. I don't think anybody really wants Batgirl. Maybe Christina Hodson. Alright guys, thanks for watching and listening. Please subscribe, like the video if you do, and I will talk to you next time.